You already know this, but I'll remind you that I've survived 500 days in my world. Starting from scratch, I've evolved to a pretty decent level. I want to put together all of my survival experiences and show you how it all went down. Don't forget to subscribe and let's get 500 likes under this video. Day 401. I'll start removing the chests from the street. They're left over from previous videos, so we'll take them down. It's like I'm standing in a train station. I'm taking the shulkers. There's plenty of chests and shulkers. I put up the frames, and I put the shulkers in the special chest. Same with the ones I found earlier. Look at all this stuff. Creepers in the castle again. Keep putting in the chest. I think it's gonna be a day's work, because it looks like I have hundreds of them. It took me a whole day to move it all into the warehouse, so I'm off to the new one. There's been a lot of shulkers, that's why I've got an ender chest to help me. I put it into my inventory, and into this magic box. Magic. You have no idea how much stuff. This basement needs to be made a lot wider. And here are the chests from the video where I dug up 20,000 blocks. All the cobblestones better be moved. Wow, there is a lot of it here. And there is a room for a cobblestone. There's no cobblestones here at all. There was really a lot of cobble. And now the second day is over. This is something that should have been done a long time ago. We dumped the chest with the dirt here. That makes sense. It's going to be a beautiful now, so take a look at this. These are all the blocks I found in survival. I'm done with the chest for the new day. I got the fish. And this is a chest of elytra. Look how many I have. There's a lot more chests. Erroneous 404 day. My territory was clean. Let's go to the new day to continue doing new things. I want to show you the warehouse, so you can get an idea of how much stuff I have. Look at all these chests and they're all full. A chest of elytra, 2 chests of diamond armor, a chest of diamond tools, fully chests with shulkers, and I could go on like this forever. Now I'm going to need sugarcane as a matter of urgency to make a lot of paper. Why do I need so much? Because my barrel was out of fireworks and I wanted to fill it up. So I went to the gunpowder farm. I fly up in AFK in Shrek's toilet, come out and see the results. Shrek did a good job. A whole single chest of gunpowder. This farm works on other mobs too. I have a lot of thread, which means I can sell it to a resident in the future. I couldn't fill all the gunpowder in my inventory. Sleep. Okay. I set up a chest and put all the loot in it. I used the cane to make paper. I think I could write a whole poem out of it. I brought a shulker because it's uncomfortable without one. I put the paper here. Why do I waste so much gunpowder? It's very simple. The flight time is 3. I craft it and put it all in here. I've got a shulker like this, took the rest of it. I ended with a full shulker. I think some of you will count and write down how many times I said the word shulker. Now it's time to refill the barrel. I'm stocking up on shulkers just in case. I'm going off to the XP farm. Let's go and kill the Enderman. And now I've got the items that look like they came from the store. In one of the videos I made a place with smelting furnaces. Here I've completed the descent. On the new day, I made cosmetic changes to the village. I got rid of an old coral that had fallen into disrepair. I've torn down the trees in the property. In this video, I'll be making more changes to the village, but I've decided to do the farms. Now, the iron farm is coming up. I'm surprised I haven't done it yet. I'm just gathering all the resources I need. While I was getting ready, I met a zombie villager and a bunch of other zombies that attacked me in the warehouse. I'm gonna need the zombie villagers for the farm. It's a good thing there was a potion of weakness in the potion chest. I managed to lock it in the blocks. Look at this. I put a fence around it for convenience. I crafted some golden apples and decided to heal him. And now we wait. I'm gonna need a fence for this farm, and it was just in the chest. The villagers started to burn. Let's put that loss aside. Now I'm going to get the lava. Here we go. I'm all packed up and ready to build. I'm missing 2 villagers. The farm will be next to the village. I'm leveling the grass blocks, and by evening, I started building. I took a nap. Now I'm making a 5x5 platform. We'll take the shulker, add blocks around it, and put glass 2 blocks high. Now I need villagers, so I made a boat. Sorry, buddy, but I'll take you. Covering everything with blocks so no one can escape. Look, the other one's here. Now I have to dig an underground passage and a line for us to follow. As evening falls, I've decided to postpone it because I'm off to a new day. I've come home to craft energy rails. I need to get the villagers up to the beds somehow. Escape! Someone's made an escape. Go away, yeah, go away. I can't get on this boat yet, so I'm gonna have to break it. I'm ready to get out with this villager. I've already put the rails in and activated them. I'm removing the boat and putting the villager in the minecart. I've worked on this scheme, and through the blocks I've managed to get him in. I need to get him inside. I've got the first villager. I'll sleep and bring in the second one. It was this one that escapes. I'm taking him with me. Locking up the villagers so no one can escape. Now let's go to the railroad tracks. Alright, we got the other one. He doesn't like his new home because he doesn't come in here. I went to get carrots to attract them. Are you kidding me? I had to get more carrots. Look at him, even that's not helping. Finally! Now we're destroying everything I've built. I'm back in the garden to keep breeding them. Eat up, sleep, and schedule. And these are the hopper where I'll be collecting the drops. Closing with blocks. Put up fences 3 blocks high. It looks like this now. I kept throwing carrots at the villagers. I'm waiting for more. By the way, while I'm waiting, I want to remind you to like this video. And I decided not to wait. And I continued to build the farm. I've put up the signs. Now the lava. The 5th villager is not with us, so I had to come back here. I went to bed myself. We're pouring water here. The farm is ready. I've also built an AFK room here. I have to wait for the 5th villager to show me how the farm works. It's already day 618 on my meter. I've also made other videos in this world. Night. And there's a cat. Because of the last villager, the farm started to function. Every day during the day, golems spawn, some farming iron. The drop goes into this chest. The problem with the farm is that I have to stand in AFK and click on the bed because the golems don't spawn at night. Sometimes golems fall behind this farm. It's only 18 iron. Now I've started tearing down the fence because I'm sick of the old one. And I don't like the way it looks, especially at this point. While we were setting up the dirt blocks, and in the warehouse, I put all the blocks I don't need. I decided to rebuild the sheep farm. I don't like the way it looks. Now I'm gonna do something cooler. The animals are here, so we'll move the sheep farm too. So I gathered all the wool. I got trees in the woods to build with. When I cut the trees down, I put them back up. I flew home. Near the castle, I decided to build a sheep pen. The first thing I did was to build a fence. I put a fence around it. I spent the rest of the night building this roof. And then the next morning I continued. I finished the sheep pen. Inside I added more hay and a cauldron with water. It's just a matter of adding the paths, and now the hardest part is to move the sheep in there. It's time to collect the wool. We take the weight and lead the sheep. Welcome, my dears. Now we can tear down the old pen. A stranger among our own? I've added a barrel to store all the wool. I got wheat from the field of breeding the sheeps, cows, and pigs. I leave wheat on the farms. I found a lot of shulkers which I'm putting out. There was a lot of seeds in the mill. I went looking for chickens because I wanted to make a farm in the territory. I went with her to the village. I barely managed to find the second one. I put them in a mini pen. Once again, I prepared the resources, but I didn't have enough dirt. I decided to clear the area. Night. Day. 2 more days passed before I destroyed everything I needed to destroy, broke down the floor, and set up blocks of dirt. Before I'd finished working on the grounds, night fell again. Away from the castle, I can start building the chicken coop. I've made this platform. Now I'm putting up the fences. Extra stairs. I've got lots of slabs I'll use to make the roof. Arranging from the top, I got the oak from the warehouse. Got rid of the trash and flew to the forest to get the wood. I used the oak to make the trapdoors and used them as decorations. Finished the roof and made a decorations inside, put up chests, and added a fence. The zombies have already moved in overnight, and at a fence gate is a red ribbon. I decided to change the floor and make it out of hay. I made a cauldron and frames. I put the seeds for the chickens. Don't forget the cauldron, and that it needs to be filled with water. It's time to release the chickens and repopulate them. Breed. And now a very scary situation has happened. How could this happen? Gotta run. Oh my god, just don't believe it! You saw it all for yourself. The most interesting thing is why there is no door. It's always been there. Let's get it back and start rebuilding the back of the house. Let's get the stools back to their original life. Stove's back, and the alum. We'll get the paintings back. Phew, I got it all back. I came home to get the tags to give the first chickens their names. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see it coming, I said. No, how could I? I'm a genius. This chicken is a criminal because she ran away. I forgot to light the area. There's already mobs outside the chicken coop. And a mini chicken. I'm waiting for comments where you'll write that I love my animals very much. I've prepared the resources I'll need in the warehouse for quartz. I'm here to make daylight sensors. I'll need them. I want to put these lanterns in the whole area. I didn't put lanterns everywhere because I wanted to keep the rustic style. And medieval because of the castle. I added 3 of these lanterns near the castle, and behind it, I added about the same ones. A really wanted to finalize this place, so I'm going to do it now. I've made a normal passage here, I replaced the dirt blocks and put up planks. It's nothing complicated, it's a really big area, so I decided to add a couple more lights here. To put my chores on the back burner, I decided to do some armor. I have good armor, but it can be upgraded even better. I went back to the villagers to see what they were selling. All the fishermen are selling strings. Look at me, I've got plenty. There's a bunch of them in the chest here. Here are 5 filled shulkers of strings. Set up the goods. I took the string and I'm selling it. How many emeralds do you think I'll have? It's nighttime, I'll sleep with the villagers. I hope I dream about 500 likes in this video. I could walk up to any of the residents and almost anyone would buy strings. I sold everything I took from the farm. To be honest, I got bored of selling them. And for all that I got 7 stacks of emeralds, a lot of you would say that I can get emeralds at the raid farm, but it's more trouble than it looks. By the way, I got 6 emeralds and a couple totems by visiting it. And yeah, it still works. I left the shulker with the emeralds outside, crafted some books just in case. I gathered the planks and crafted a lectern. Not enough food time to fry potatoes. In the morning I went after the villagers. I'm sorry, but what is this? It's a weird Minecraft day. Picking carrots. I had a few more than a few stacks, and now I decide to take this villager to give him another profession. Let's leave him here alone with his thoughts. Found a second villager a couple days later and brought him to the castle. He'll go to the second floor. At least now I can make a trap for them. I think I can trap one of them up here. The 2 of them went to the second floor and now I can trap them. I'll craft beds in advance to breed the villagers. The only thing I forgot is the wool. There are 10 beds here now because I think 10 villagers in a castle is a lot. I breed them in advance. I give one of them a profession to buy books. I'm looking for a book on Thorns 3 to add to the armor. It showed up for 25 emeralds. I forgot where I put the emerald shulker. I'll have to get some from my stockpile. There's a baby villager already. I'm finally buying back these books. I took 4 just in case. I started pumping up my armor this morning. I can add the book on Thorns 3 to the netherite boots, no matter how expensive it is. I add the book for Thorns 3 to the other armor items. It took me 86 levels to do it all, but now it's even better. In another world, I also looked at what enchantments I could add to the armor. It was the books for respiration and feather falling, so I gave another villager a profession. I immediately looked for the book I needed, feather falling for 14 emeralds. I can buy a couple of those books, and I need 3 levels to combine them on the anvil. I've only got 1. The day's coming to an end. I'm off to the XP farm, killing Enderman again. I have 33 levels, I don't see the point of mining anymore. I put the books together and added this one for 19 levels. It's been a while and I've managed to trap the villagers. Everyone will live in this castle. The second one is here, the third one is just above. There's 2 more of these right at the entrance. I wanted to go into the warehouse and find the book on respiration. I found it in my warehouse. I need level 14 for that book. And now I can add it, and the anvil breaks. It's not a problem, I've got over 10 tons of iron, so we make another one. I wanted to add a book on Punch 2 to my bow. I've decided to take a break from housework for a while because there's a lot to do. I decided to take a trip, but let's discuss it in order. I'm getting stone from the warehouse, and making stone bricks on the stone cutter. I take netherite ingot, and make lodestone. It's very useful, guys. I decided to put magnetite in the castle. After all, it's the symbol of my village. Right-click on it with a compass. I still haven't told you the purpose of this journey. The purpose of this journey is to find enchanted golden apples. In all my time playing in this world, I've never found one. This time I hope to find something. By the way, there is a very strange phenomenon in my world, broken lands or dead lands. It's very strange, but look what's happening to me. I can't break the blocks, they don't fall out. This isn't the first time I've noticed this. I decided to change my way, so I brought a stockpile of fireworks. If you Google golden enchanted apples, they are most often found in dungeons and desert temples. By the evening, I managed to find the pyramid, but once inside, I found a book on respiration, and there were no golden enchanted apples here. Desert portal, another pyramid, and you guys are not gonna believe this. I did it! I don't believe it. And here's where the emeralds were, by the way. I'm really excited about this because it's the first enchanted golden apple in this world. I think it's definitely worth a like. You're not gonna believe this, I found something mega interesting. Tell me please, what are the odds of finding those bones in the mine? This is the first time I've ever seen this. Maybe with version 1.17, the bones in the caves are more common. This is the first time I've encountered this myself. Throughout my journey, I kept looking for other dungeons. This is a really cool find. It's completely covered in blocks. There's nothing here either. Now I found more temples in the jungle. Here, about the probability of golden apples, I don't know, but I did find a couple emeralds. Here's another one. The golden apple is ordinary. After checking a lot of temples, I decided to go home. I slept and kept flying. Met an igloo, cured a zombie villager, and fly up to the house. When I arrived, I started leveling the lot behind the warehouse. I removed trees and the blocks I didn't need. I built up where I needed to. By morning, the area looked like this. We stocked up on buckets and collect water from the infinite water source. I'm going to build a beetroot farm on this spot. I'll build the second mill. I've prepared the building blocks and put them in the shelter. I want the mill to be different from the previous one, so I'll build it in a different style. This is what I built during the day and kept building. I've been adding dark oak planks. I'm starting to build the roof. The roof is cool. Night is approaching and it's time to light up the area. On the second floor of the mill, I added bricks and granite. Added blocks on all sides. That reminds me of something. I finished the decorations on the outside. Went back to the sheep to get the wool. Start making the windmill. This is how it turned out to be. I needed to remove all the auxiliary blocks. The only thing left to do is to make the inside. New day. I'm making an infinite water source. I pour the water where it is needed. Make a path in advance. New day plowing the land. Now a legendary moment is about to happen. I think you should see it. Look at my netherite hoe, it's about to break. I thought at least I'd get an achievement for it. I had to take diamonds and craft anew. We keep plowing. We had a big field. Everything looks different now. I couldn't find any seeds. I went back to Nether to get some bones. I get some, and I'm coming back. I'm a little dumb because these beetroot can't be planted. I can only get red dye from it, so I went to the nearest village to find the seeds. I went back to the first village I found in the world and looked for them. There were only pumpkins. I arrived at another village. I searched the whole village, but there were no seeds at all. I looked carefully in the basement and found the seeds. I took all the bone meal from the shulker and started to plant, thus spreading the crops. I couldn't find any beetroot seeds at the gunpowder farm, and bones too. There were a few more here. There was still a mill to set up. I decided to make the floor out of bricks and granite. I put up chains like this and started setting up the decorations. I'm going to add a bunch of barrels and leaves. These barrels will hold the beetroots. I'm done with the field. It looks amazing to me inside and out. The last thing I decided to add was a fence around the property. Now it's a whole different story. I would like to work in the castle because I don't like the interior of the castle. I've prepared the resources for the decorations. I took the bookshelves and decided to put them in the corner. I added the bookshelves here. I added a pillar like this and replaced the carpet. I changed the location of Joseph and Joe. I think the castle could use a little painting. The enchanted apple finally came in handy. I framed it on the first floor of the castle. I keep adding supports as decoration, and here in the corner will be a table. A small painting is art after all. I'm also combining the stairs to the second floor. I make trapdoors to add a little more vegetation to this castle. I'm adding slabs to the ceiling so it doesn't look too flat. And now I'm ready to show you what it looks like, created by a red carpet that leads to a book of coordinates. Joseph and Joe, two legendary villagers who sell the best books. A simple conference table, and candles to complete the entourage. I decided to do a midterm summary of my survival and show most of the constructions I've made in this world. I've made 2 mills on my territory. I built a castle that fits in with the medieval theme, a totem farm so I don't have to die hardcore, my village's main trading center where I breed the villagers, a gunpowder farm to fly Elytra endlessly, an experience farm which is very useful in survival. That's how my 500 days of survival went. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to subscribe and give it a like. See you in the new video. Bye bye guys.